Question 4 and 5 combined. This is my demographic audience profile. It shows who my ideal audience is, and it says about Bhangra bringing two different cultures, East and West, to one similar culture. My imaginary entity in 1991 was a 22-year-old Birmingham uni student called Sam Harrison. She began loving this music type due to Birmingham's rich culture, and so Bhangra magazine have all the newest updates and Asian events and everything that she's looking for. My magazine attracts a certain audience types based on age, gender, ethnicity and living area. My magazine on a whole attracts a certain ethnicity as it is an Asian magazine, and so will attract the Eastern culture. However, that's a given. The other content of a magazine, such as Bhangra bands, shops, vouchers, events in Birmingham, etc., are the ones that will attract the 21 years old female from Birmingham. My magazine's addresses my ideal audience as everything in it is relatable to students and fulfills their music needs. Everything they could be looking for in an Asian magazine would be in Bhangra, such as gigs, festivals, art fests, latest shopping, nightlife, album reviews, celeb gossip, what's hot and what's not. Specific features of a magazine are used in order to reach an ideal audience. One feature would be mode of address. For all general music magazines would be peer-to-peer. More in-depth mode of address would be used in specific words to target the audience. For example, as I'm targeting a uni student, everyone knows that student finance is low, and so by using the word free, it will attract those less money students as it gets freebies and giveaways. Another example from my front cover would be the word exclusive. It attracts that gossip girl attention as they get an inside look to celebrities' life. Other eye-grabbing modes of address would be pull quotes from my double-page spread. By having shocking pull quotes such as "I was getting death threats" makes a potential buyer more intrigued. The writing style throughout our magazine stuck to being a structured, neat style, none of which slanted or on angles. My front cover lines are all in line, following one another vertically. All of my fonts throughout our magazine are sans serif font to make it easier to read, with the exception of the word East in my double-page spread title. My use of images throughout the magazine connote a more general Asian style, however it does also show a British side within that. My main cover image is of Asha, a British Asian singer. I chose this image as she was looking very serious and stern, and therefore shows the interview with her is very serious. However, with this stern or serious look, she is also seen as an ideal self-help partner due to her being very beautiful. Other images on my front cover are of another celebrity, an Asian Bhangra band, and a hand chain. The choice of the image of my British model is for an Asian magazine to show more of the British Asian style. It signifies the magazine isn't just for an Eastern culture, but for any interested in Bhangra music. The Asian music band are actually a Bhangra dance band from Malaysia. However, I took the image and changed them to a Bhangra singing band called Shakti. Therefore, the image shows a look at what other artists may be in the magazine. The final image on the front cover is of a hand chain, a freebie my magazine is giving away. I chose the hand chain as they are very cultural jewellery types, however high street fashion shops have begun to introduce them. The images in my contents consist of another image of Asha, another of Shakti, and a new one of an Asian singer called Rishi. I use another of Asha as she is anchored by the words front cover, story, and so shows the audience why the image is there. Asha, or her real name Hannah, has an Asian sari top with a head chain. This shows the very eastern side of her. The other image of Shakti is to show again who they are, but also where to find them in the magazine. Final image of a singer named Rishi. I use an Asian model who is dressed in traditional Indian clothing. This again shows an Asian side of the magazine. I place the image here as it is anchored by his name and a description of who and what he is. This then makes it easy for the reader. My first double-page spread is a very simple one, with a very big picture here on the right hand side. The picture is a more laid back Asha looking more western. Throughout the images of Asha, this is the only one which she looks most British in. The writing on the left hand side talks about losing the British Asha, continuing onto my next double page spread. The main image on this being Asha in an Indian dance pose, however also connoting discertancy as her arms are showing weighing scales. It shows that she's stuck between two cultures, East and West. The clothing on her is an American flag crop top and an Indian sari skirt. This again connotes a combination of East and West culture. The flag top pattern is copied in the west part of the title. All of my models are seen as ideal partners or selves, as they are all attractive models. The chosen house style colours are very Indian Asian-like ones. These include reddish purpley colours. This theme runs throughout the magazine to keep the house style. Another running theme would be the box style and fonts. The fonts I have used include Franklin Gothic Book and Franklin Gothic Heavy. These are used on the cover, contents, Door Page Spread 1 and Door Page Spread 2. My following conventions and using them in the entire magazine makes it look neat and professional.